Who is standing out to you in the bubble right now? Obviously, a lot of your sort of friends are kind of going off. Like from watching the games as sort of an outside observer, what are you seeing? What is surprising to you? Who has sort of taken it up a notch?
And taking it up a notch, I would say a lot of guys. You guys are watching what I'm watching, but just how many young players are willing their teams to win. I think that's what's most impressive to me. I mean, you mentioned Tatum, but the Jamal Marys, the Donovans, the Books, like all those guys were just young guys. Everybody's watching them, and everybody's anticipating them to look like a young player. And none of them have made that happen. So I think that was the most impressive thing.
If you had to pick one of those young guys, not yourself and not Carl, but one of those young guys to build around for the next 10 years, who would that be?
You're saying to come play with me and Carl?
Just like if you were a GM, put your GM hat on for a second, and you had to pick one of the young guys in the league to build around. Who would it be?
Honestly, the way the league's going, I'm gonna go Bam Adebayo.
Wow,
that's
just
a great
because,
pick.
man, when you have somebody that big, that's so versatile on the defensive end and what he brings on the offensive end, it's just the way the league's going. You see him guarding Giannis throughout the season, and he just made that matchup, tough for him. So I'm going with Bam for sure.
That's an incredible pick. I like it. I do think one of the most undervalued skill sets from a fan's perspective, because I think teams really value this, as I found out with the 76ers, is guys who can guard multiple positions. Mm-hmm. Guys who can basically, I mean, Bam switches like 1 through 5. Is there ever big, and maybe it's Bam, but is there ever a big that switches on to you that you're like, oh, I gotta have my best shit right now?
And the reason I mentioned him is because that's who I remember most. We played in Miami before all this kind of took off, and we came up with the win. But the way they were in the gaps, switching 1 through 5, and the way he was making it tough on everybody on our team was just like, that's hard. No one wants to see that. It makes it that much tougher for any guard. He's a mismatch problem on the other end, but then on this end, you got to go at him, and that's not what you want to see.